Hey everybody, this is Chuck Marone with Strong Towns. I am in Amesbury, Massachusetts, and I gotta say, I really like this city. I like the place. It's one of these like nice little northeastern towns. I like the people. It's been kind of fun being here today, meeting people and chatting with them. I like the mayor. I kind of got a soft spot for the mayor. She's one of these people who grew up here, multi-generation, left. Went to college, got a graduate degree, came back. Kind of soft spot in my heart for the people who do that in small towns. We were out chatting a lot today about particularly how we get more housing here in Amesbury. They got a great downtown, and what they really need is people. And they don't need people driving here and parking and taking up space and then leaving. What they need is people who live here, right? People who maybe don't have that 1.5 cars, but have that maybe 3/4 car per average household. We need more people living here, more people being here, more people just in this space. They also need affordable housing, right? They need a lot more housing. So how are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do those two things together? I'm around the edge of their downtown right now, and behind me is this big parking lot that the city owns. One of the things we talked about is taking this parking lot and making it into housing. Now, we talked a lot about like logistically how you would do this. Do we do a master plan? Do we hire someone? Do we bring in somebody to plan this out for us? How do we actually develop this lot? Do we partner with a developer? Do we pay for the development costs? All this stuff. Here's what my advice was. And I would give this advice to any city, but especially to a small town like this. You have the asset, which is land, right? You own the asset, land. What you don't have is the development chops and the capital to do the development. So what I would do is say, take that asset, land, and find a partner. Your part of this partnership is you will donate the land. You will sell the land for $1 to a developer who's ready to develop this. But I wouldn't just do it like that, like first come, first serve. I would say, we're gonna have a contest in our community. Here's what we wanna see. We want so many housing units. We want the building to be adaptable. We want it to front the street. We want it to have, you know, an office retail kind of thing, vibe going on the front to match the other side of the street. We're interested in looking at the architecture and, you know, here's our kind of priorities. We're gonna have a contest 6 months from now. Submit your entry and we'll take a look at it and collect from many different developers different concepts of what they would build in this chunk of property. I would actually cut it up too and do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Say, show me your phase 1 plan. I would make these all public. And I would have a public dialogue then about which of these plans meet our kind of objectives best. And then I would pick one. And I would sell the property to them for $1. I'd make them put up some type of security. You want someone who can't, it doesn't have the capacity to actually see this thing through. But you certainly don't want to spend city money. I mean, as a developer, you've got the land, you've got the capital, right? Like you've got the asset, make them put up the cash. That's the way you do these things. That's the way you cash flow these things. That's the way you make this work. And really, the city's got this great asset. The downtown is incredible. They've got this asset right on the edge of it where they need housing, want housing, have land that's underutilized. If this city were like privately owned, right? Like if this were Vail and the ski company owned all this, they would absolutely be taking this parking lot and making it into something awesome. Think the same way, right? There's no way why we can't take this underutilized asset, put it to work for the public, increase your tax base without increasing your net overall infrastructure costs, cash out that asset, and work with someone to get something in a spot that you want. And then guess what? You do phase 1 well, and you will have demand for phase 2, for phase 3, for phase 4. And maybe on those you sell the land instead of just give it away for $1, right? Maybe you actually make the land more valuable as you go, and so people want to pay you more for it. Get things going. You don't need to subsidize this. You are subsidizing it, but you're subsidizing it by taking an underutilized asset that you have, this land as a service parking lot, and putting it to work. Amesbury, Massachusetts, pretty sweet place.